Welcome back to Wizard Supercoach. Not a bad week this week, certainly better than last. On the upward trajectory, gone up 12,340 ranks, so happy with that. Top 18% score for the week, that's not too bad. It could have been so much better though. Obviously, I've said before, Sundays are cursed. Well, you can add Monday to that as well. But yeah, not too unhappy with how that went, considering the first few weeks. So we'll hop in and see how the team went. Now, for the first time this year, I nailed my vice captain, which was Dacos. He's unreal, but the thing now is everyone has him, so it's not as exciting, I guess, when he goes off. He's probably the most talked about player in Supercoach this year, so I'm not going to say too much about him. I bought in Sard this week, and he was pretty good, 104, although he went missing in the second half, more so in the last quarter. Kind of noticed that as Doherty picked up, Sard went to sleep, so there might be something to read into that. It's a little bit like McKenna and Wilmot. So I've pointed out before that those two always get around the 140 point mark combined. And as you can see, 136, so this week was no different. But yeah, there's only 140 points to share between them. So while one goes well, like McKenna, obviously the other one, Wilmot, he's not going to do so well, as was the case this week. So I don't think you can field those two for much longer. Like, I'm trying to get rid of Wilmot now. I don't know how yet. I haven't really looked at trades. But anyway, yeah, I think maybe a similar thing between Sard and Doherty. I'm not sure. But yeah, still happy with Sard. I think he's a good shout to be top 8, maybe even top 6 come the end of the year. Jack Bowes was pretty frustrating, although I think he's a victim of how Geelong are playing. They really seem to burn their new players. Like, Bruin was the same. He'd get burnt all the time. Bowes is getting burnt. He's often, when he's in the centre, he's the backdoor centreman, and rather than trying to handball back to him when he's open, they just try and crash through the pack, and it hasn't worked. And then when they flick the switch in the second half, Bowes got more game time, and he really came alive. I think he had almost a 60-point half, because he was on 15 at half time. So it's frustrating in one way that he only got 15 for a half, but it's also good that he was able to recover, because 72 for his price isn't too bad at all. I expect he's going to keep picking up. If they're going to keep giving him more game time, he should be okay, because he just seems to find the ball, and he's a good tackler and stuff. So I'm happy to hold him for a while. Jimby, he was bound to throw in a shitter at some point. He was tagging Clayton Oliver, so it'll be good for him in the long run, but in terms of Supercoach, it wasn't very good. But being a first-year rookie, we'll let him off. He can have a quiet one. I think he's still got a fair bit more money to make. Yeah, break even at 18. He'll definitely get that. Although I expect West Coast are going to get absolutely smashed again. So, yeah, as I said about McKenna and Wilmot, McKenna good, Wilmot bad. There's definitely the point sharing thing going on there. Cowan 51 was pretty standard. I think he's got 51 3 weeks in a row. So at least you know what you're going to get. And that's fine for being on the bench. What's his break even? Break even of 1, so he's fine for now. He'll keep being the slow burn. Constable didn't play again. I don't think he's a dead pick. There's not really anyone to go to either, so just going to have to hold him and hope that Stewie Dew comes to his senses and brings him back in. Because Gold Coast are definitely carrying some players right now that I don't think should be playing. I think Long has to get dropped. Like, he's just terrible. So hopefully that opens the door for Constable. Laird 97, that's fairly quiet for him. It's a bit disappointing, but again, if you take out the 50, which is an absolute anomaly, 97 is probably like his floor, so I'll take that. Some people are saying he's a failed pick, but who cares if he's lost 50 grand? Like, I really don't care. He was just there to be a consistent scorer and a captain option each week. It's not I don't think every pick is about making money, so that's fine. And Lockie Neal, 102. He's alright. A bit like Laird. He's consistent. I think that things are going to improve. Like Brisbane are going to work their setup. Brisbane are going to work out their setup in the midfield, and you'll see a jump in score from Dunkley, Neal, and I think McCluggage will pick up too. So I'm happy to hold Neal when everyone else is jumping off, because I think, yeah, he's gonna come good if he's relatively quiet and he's still pumping out low hundreds, and I think he got 117 or something last week. That's absolutely fine. It's not like there's anyone else that's, apart from Clary, that's been an absolute standout that you'd want to go to anyway, so more than happy to hold him. And Bont finally put in a big one, 122. He spent some time at full forward again because of stupid Bevo. But even still, 122, got to be happy with that. Just hope that he can keep pumping out 120s like we expected. Green, 99. Still not sold on Green. I don't think he's going to be the highest scorer in that midfield for the Giants. Probably Josh Kelly will be, and Green will probably be second, I think. But yeah, 99's not too bad. Just was expecting probably a 110, which is his average, so that's fine. I'm just worried that he's going to do what he did last year, start with a bit of a bang and trail off. That was his first sub 100, so yeah, nothing to worry about. Just hold him for now. Probably be maybe M8 in the end, but I can't actually see him being a top 8 midfielder for the year. Setterfield, 87. Not the greatest, not too bad. The worrying thing about him is that he's now got a break even at 85, and the last 2 weeks, obviously, he scored 82 and 87. He's up against Melbourne this week, and they're the hardest midfield to score against, except for maybe Carlton. So I'm actually going to be surprised if he gets the 85. If I can somehow get him to Clary, I think I'll do it. And I've only had him for the 2 weeks. But what's he made in the 2 weeks? He's already made 95,000. So it's close enough to 100. I think, yeah, if I can get to Clary, I don't think that's a wasted trade at all. Hopper, 75. We knew he was going to have weeks like this. It is a little bit of a worry. He's another one that I don't think is going to hang around in the team for a long time. Once I can get him to a primo, maybe like a Tuke Miller or someone that's cheap, then I'll have to do it. I think the people that hold on to the hoppers and centre fields for too long, they're going to fall behind. So, yeah, the 119 against the Crom, he's not going to play them every week, so I can't trust Hopper. His body's shot as well, so yeah. Ashcroft, 75. Decent for a rookie is fine. He's now 310 grand. So what, he's made like 100 grand? Yeah, 106. I think that's gonna be his average, like high 70s to 85. And that's all good. I think he won't be any kind of keeper though, so I'll be looking to jump off him as well as soon as I can. The problem is there's just so many holes, like the back line. Wilmot has to go because I can't trust him. So really, he has to be the first to go before any of these guys. Except for maybe, yeah, Setterfield. But yeah, I haven't looked at trades at all, so just kind of thinking out loud here before I've even looked. Mackenzie, 49, another inconsistent one. He looked alright, couldn't really hit a target by the look of it, but he gets around the ball, he gets a fair bit of it. If there was another rookie to field, I'd be doing it, but there's not really one in the midfield that stands out to me. Like Baker had a good one last week, and then 47 again this week. Davey, 45. So they're just going to sit there and make money. I'm not prepared to field them. Like, I'm happy to chuck the emergency on Baker just in case. Who have they got this week? The Hawthorn plays last, so yeah, I'll loot Baker again. I bought in English, obviously. He absolutely killed it. Stoked with that. It's so much better watching Bulldogs games with him stat padding and stuff if you've got him in your team. Otherwise, it's not very nice to watch. Marshall 96. Thanks a lot, Ross, for that. Probably would have went 120 odd, but he got subbed with about a quarter to go. I'm actually starting to get worried about Marshall. Like, he was up against the first gamer, and from the eye test, he's just not doing it. If it wasn't for the other issues in the team, I'd definitely be looking at getting rid of him. So maybe once Gawn comes back, hopefully he's made enough by then, and I might be able to get him to Gawn. He's got Collingwood this week, so you'd think with no ruckman, like he's going to be up against McStay, Johnson, maybe Frampton. He should score well, but you just never know. Dunkley 84, that's really low for him. He's the same as Neil. They'll get it together eventually. He's got to have the faith. Dunkley's always been prone to a lower game anyway. He's definitely not doing what people expected though. Like, he was meant to be a clear-cut M1, but he's... Oh, sorry, F1, but he's behind Taranto, so... And obviously, Cheezel. Taranto 114. From memory, it feels like this game was a while ago now. He was really quiet in the first half or the first quarter, and I think he's had like a 110 point last 3 quarters, something like that. I can't remember, but it was something insane, so pretty good considering the guy can't hit a target. He can barely kick a drop punt. But I guess it's just the contested ball. So yeah, really happy with him. And Cogs, oh my god. It was on like 59 right at the end. I thought, here we go again. Lucky the Giants had a little surge right at the end there, and it picked him up to a 71. But bloody hell, I'm not sure what to make of him. Like, he's getting plenty of the ball. I think he had 25 disposals again. And I think he ran at 72%, which is pretty high for him. So I'm not sure if he's being underscored or something. I'll have to have a better look at the stats because I didn't actually see the game, but he's a real worry. I'm not sure what's going on. He just seems to be racking it up and not doing much with it. And again, I think he had a hot start and just completely faded away. So maybe he's carrying an injury, or I don't know. Tell me in the comments what you think the problem is with Cogs right now, because he's getting the midfield time. It's him, Green, and Kelly. So I don't know. Happy to stick fat with him though for a while longer. But if he does this again next week, might just have to cut my losses and punt him. See what happens. But you're on notice, Cogs. Golden 102. He doesn't seem to be getting the CBAs that we thought. But the good thing is, even without that, he's still averaging 102. So I'll take that. The price we got him in, you'd absolutely take that. Shizu 111. Hats off. The kid's amazing. He's going to win the Rising Star at this rate. He's got the record now for the most disposals in a player's first 4 games. So Barlow's been dethroned as the Supercoach Rookie King. Van Rooyen, or Ruin, went through this last episode, don't know how to pronounce that. 53, I thought he'd do better against West Coast. He was really quiet in the first half, but ended up with a couple of goals. And I know I went early on him, but it was because I thought that he would do well against West Coast, and I needed somebody on the field because I didn't trust Green against Geelong, and that's backfired. I've missed out on 20 points there. Green actually did okay, so especially big first half. I think he had like 60 in the first half. But hopefully Pedlar's back this week, and Van Rooyen, he can go to the bench. So that's about it. As I said, I haven't looked at trades yet, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'll make another video about that. I'm seeing some theories that the scoring is different this year. A lot of people complaining, saying that players are gaining points and losing points for no reason. I'd be lying if I said I haven't noticed it myself, that things are a bit off. But I'm sure there's like a fully rational explanation behind it. I'm going to give Champion Data the benefit of doubt here, which is unlike me, but I just don't think there's a conspiracy behind it. Again, let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like and subscribe button. It'd be good to feel like this is worth doing and people are actually watching. So I'd appreciate the support, and hopefully you all had a good weekend. Some nice scores in there. Let me know in the comments how you went and how you're looking for this week. I was actually headed for well over 2200 before the Sunday curse struck, so be interested to find out. Does anyone else feel like Sundays and even the Monday games are cursed? Because I think they definitely are. Anyway, I won't ramble on any longer. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.